Okay, here we go. I drilled a little hole in the tip of the rifle. Be careful now. Do it with a little Dremel or whatever. But here's the little figure, and he's all finished. Now he's a nice figure, isn't he? Now, folks, I get a lot of letters from people, and they say, well, maybe you didn't carve it exactly like Mike carves it. Well, folks, that's not our purpose here today, okay? Our purpose is not to carve it exactly like Mike. Let me say something. Mike Shipley's one of the finest carvers around. But folks, we want you to find your own style. It's just like my style. I could have made my face a lot different, or I could have made it exactly like Mike's. But that's not what we want. I want to challenge you to take a pattern like this and to make your own style of carving. Create your own type of face. Create your own type of stuff. I know copying somebody is flattery, but producing out of a pattern from someone else and making your own style is even better. Because, and the reason I say that is because, say we go to a carving show. Have you ever gone to a carving show? What if everybody's piece or faces all look the same, or birds all look the same, or everything else all look the same? Then it would not be much of a carving show, wouldn't it? One of the reasons I go to carving shows is because I get to see the different variety of the way people carve things. And this is just one of the different faces that I try to carve. Of all the figures, this is not the only type of face I carve. But I wanted to try this type of face with this figure. And I appreciate Mike so much for his book. And let me get it again. It's called Carving Country Folk. And there are all types of, there's even a dog, outhouse, all kind of stuff. There's one for a woman. It is a wonderful book. And, excuse me. And please, if you don't have this in your library, get you one. You can get it from Mike himself, or from Wood Carving Illustrated, or whatever. But Mike's website is Ozark Country Characters. But that is a nice carving. I want to tell you something. It's a nice carving. I'm going to clean him up, paint him. He'll look even nicer. And that's our little figure right there, a little Ozark figure. Hill folk, as we call it, that we have here. And he is a nice piece to carve. I want to tell you something. And I want to thank Mike so much for sending me this knife. And I told you, this is the new knife that he's making now. It's a little bit shorter, but it's a little bit fatter handle, and I like that. I like the grip of it. Of course, I like the wooden handle here, but I like the wooden handle here. And the blade's just a little bit longer, not much. But I tell you what, this is a fine carving knife. It is. You saw I just went through this whole piece with it. And it's sharp, stays sharp. I sharpened it a couple of times or stropped it. Strop's fantastic. Still got that Ron Wells blade to it. And as you can see, there's not a whole lot of difference. It's just it's a thinner blade than this. Got a much prettier look, a much prettier way. And this is his new knife that he's doing. I'm going to tell you something. You will not regret getting you one of these. I tell you what, this is the first time I've used it, but I'm going to continue. You're going to see me using this knife a lot in the carvings I do, because I really, really like it. I'll tell you what, I really like it. In fact, it's just almost completely like the original, and I really like the way it's shaped and everything like that. So, this is his new knife. Mike Shipley knife, and I tell you what, he didn't redo the Ron Wells knife. He just improved is what he did, and that is fantastic. And I thank Mike so much for that. And I'll tell you what, get you one of these things. I'll tell you, I'm about $22 to $23, but that's what the Ron Wells cost. But that's a good looking knife. I tell you, it is. Cuts great. So get you one of those at Mike's shop, Ozark Country Characters. And here is our figure So God bless you now. I'll paint him and we can look at him. Thank you so much and I'm sorry about my voice today, folks. I really am. But I just had some asthma problems. And I thank you so much. God bless you. And don't forget now, I'll tell you what, if you got a Ron Wells already, if you don't have one, then Ron's not making them anymore. Mike's making them for him. But this new knife is a super knife. I'll tell you what, it really is. And I'm not saying that because he sent me one. I'm saying it because after using it, I am just very impressed with it. So God bless you now. Here's our character. I'll paint him and show him to you. Thank you now. Have a good day.